It's time for the Pat and Patti Show, starring Patti Smith and Pat Hughes. Welcome to the Pat and Patti Show. I'm here with Patti Smith and Dina Sanfilippo, and we're going to call this the It's Not Over Till It's Over show for a unique reason. We'll share that with you a little bit later on. But we want to start out, everybody smiling, about what a wonderful Board of Commissioners meeting it was, and how proud we are of our commissioners to come together and make those hard decisions.
You're being facetious, aren't you?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, yeah, you didn't watch it, and I understand why.
I've had enough.
Yeah, I know. I found it, I found it punishing. Because, it's kind of like, well, it's very Republican in a real sense. It's kind of like they're treating David Austin like the Republican, like they treat Barack Obama.
Yeah.
No respect at all and whatever. And
warring factions of the Republican Party here in Paulding County.
They did, to their credit, they didn't shut the county down to get rid of, but they eliminated, 3 positions? Mm-hmm. They eliminated some of the PCED funding, and in my world, actions speak louder than words.
Well, because I kept on saying, if needs change, they can come on back and we'll reevaluate the situation. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was, the step back in professionalism was something that was sad because, this is the form of government we've had since 1998. Mm-hmm.
It's not working well, though, I'll say that.
Well, I was alarmed by it.
Well, the real unique element here is that, this was a Democrat government that we've got. It was put in place by Tom Murphy, that Speaker of the House, who was our representative for many, many years. Mm-hmm. And it was a 5-man commission, and it started in 98 with the legislature. Of course, we could change this if we want to, but I guess everybody wants to keep the same government that Democrat Tom Murphy put into place. What do you think?
I have no idea. When did Tom Murphy leave office?
He left in 2002. Okay? What it amounts to is, the discussion at the PC, at the Board of Commissioners meeting was, well, we don't have a county manager system. We got a system that says that our chairman is going to run the county. And
kind of seems like that's what he was elected to do.
Well, if you look at the way that the county was created, and go back to 1998 when Bill Caruth was there, basically he hired a county administrator, and they created that position, and it is the number one. It's kind of like the undersheriff or the chief deputy sheriff and whatever in the sheriff's department. It's the guy that is elected goes to, and you want him to stay around because he doesn't leave necessarily.
He knows what's going on.
Yeah, it's his job to know what's going on.
Right.
And they can extend beyond a commissioner's term, mm-hmm. and they have institutional memories and all this. All those type of things that professional staff has. Mm-hmm. But if you don't have professional staff, then you got
a problem.
Yes. Would you like to elaborate?
Yes. I had a huge problem with that. I worked for the county until 2009 when I got laid off, and the county ran a lean and mean ship while I was there, and then they cut back, and they haven't added a lot of staff since then. So it's not like there's very many people who have a lot of excess capacity in their schedule on a day-to-day basis to pick up the slack from not having a county administrator. But you don't necessarily want them to pick up some of that slack. You need to have somebody that's at the helm, that's running the ship, and it's a specialized skill set. I mean, you need to have somebody who's kind of a experienced jack of trade, who understands finance, contracts, legal, engineering, and can coordinate the day-to-day operations of a pretty big operation, whereas your person that comes into office as a chairman, just because they can run a successful campaign and collect lots of campaign funds does not necessarily mean that when they come into office, they know what is going on.
Well, listen, if the chairman doesn't know what's going on and isn't doing anything except being a figurehead and a PR man, then he shouldn't be paid $125,000 a year plus a car and the benefits and all that crap.
But that's besides the point. You can't expect somebody who has necessarily run a successful campaign and gotten elected to be able to walk in on day one and hit the ground running and deal with complex legal, engineering, finance, and contractual obligations. That's just not feasible, and there's no guarantee that the person who ran a successful campaign even has that skill set. And we do not have a system to make sure that we get somebody. I mean, what you're advocating for, Patty, is basically to turn all of the citizens in this country or this county into basically de facto HR people to be able to determine not only, who the best qualified person is, but also to sit there and set the parameters, basically the job description and experience levels of somebody that is elected. I mean, you're talking about a completely different system of government.
I tell you what,
is unparalleled and unprecedented in human history.
It is not unparalleled and unprecedented. It is cronyism ACE 101. But so this is what we've got now, is basically a bunch of politicians that want to run the government, and whereas one of the real
with no common sense.
Well, one of the real
because now we elect used car salesmen to office. There was a time in this country where we looked for the best and the brightest among us.
Okay, so if we're just electing used car salesmen, why wouldn't you want to have an experienced person in the county administrator position to run?
I would like for Americans to smarten up and start electing smart people.
Well, that's not going to happen. So in the interim, you need an experienced county administrator.
Maybe if government just goes straight to hell, the people will wake up and say, "Hey, we screwed up here.
We had a choice.
We've got to stop electing used car salesmen."
And what would have happened in 2012 in Paulding County if we had the choice between we had a choice between David Austin and Tony Crow. So you think Tony is the guy to run the county and day to day and everything else?
Honestly, no.
Okay, well, that was our choice. Okay? What we need, nobody's professionalism if you're not going to be professional.
So are you saying there's no people in this county that are smart and educated enough to run this county?
But there probably are, but they may lack the ability to run a successful campaign, to know all the people that they need to be connected enough to gather the campaign contributions. It's a dichotomy, Patty.
Oh, it's I know.
It's kind of like and they got to also deal with the Bill Heath element, which is, and you got to be able to stand there and be vilified, slandered, and whatever, and you got to want that. In other words,
they have to have a strong stomach too.
That's
another one of their.
Or either that or be a masochist. I mean, that's literally.
I found out myself for sure that people will attack you over nothing, and like
for telling the truth.
Yes, for telling the truth. I told the truth that Todd asked me to drop out of the election. All of his little minions starting, saying bad things about me.
Yeah, and I tried to get the message out that he conned you into getting into the race in the first place.
He did.
Well, I was also complicit too.
Yeah, I blame it all on Dina. It was her idea.
I understand.
But she said she got it from Kathy Helms, which is very confusing.
Well, the other aspect is that there are different forms of government. We all know about this. In fact, they talked about county manager form at the BC at the Paulding County Board of Commissioners meeting. And we've got a form of that. It's in the schools. We've basically got a 7-member board of school board members. We've got several that are elected countywide. We've got several that are elected by post. And then they elect a chairman amongst themselves. But we hire a superintendent who is a professional that has credentials to do that. and they're hired to, and the board gives the administrative central figure a buffer from the public, but he's out there also out in the public as well. But it's just a choice of the type of government that we have, and it's a choice that we could ask our state legislatures to fix tomorrow. Or actually, it'd be January when the State General Assembly comes in.
So let me ask you
Also
this,
a bunch of
Patty.
used car salesmen.
If you don't feel that, if you're not alarmed by the thought of just electing, a used car salesman to run the school
I'm
system,
terribly alarmed by it.
then why would you want to do the same thing for the county government? It makes sense to have higher experienced people to do those jobs.
Yeah.
Yes, it would make a lot of sense to elect smart people to office, but we don't seem eager to do that. We want to find the craziest person that believes just like we do, that makes us happy, that makes us, that talks about dinosaurs and cowboys and crazy things.
You have to fix human nature, Patty. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only way you're going to fix the.
So should I put you down on the list of those that would support asking the General Assembly to change us to a county manager system?
I really don't care because I'm eager to bolt.
The elephant in the room roars, or the lion in the room.
I really can't focus my attention on Paulding County government anymore. I've done it for the last, 5 or 6 years or more, and it has just become so repulsive that I just have to call it quits.
What does
that entail exactly,
Yeah.
Patty?
Selling my house and getting the hell out of here. I'm thinking living in Southwest Atlanta looks a lot better than living in Paulding County.
Well, you're welcome to that. To do that. What does that mean about the Pat and Patti Show?
It means adios, amigos.
And there is champagne bottles being popped right now.
Yeah, actually.
Across Paulding County.
And you can all kiss my grits.
Well, I guess that means it's it for the Pat and Patti Show.
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, what do we do?
Look how happy I look.
Look how happy I look.
Well, I think we need to have auditions to replace this chair.
We can do
And,
that.
and renaming the show contest.
Well, we need to rename the show for sure. And I think that what we could do is we could we could invite guests.
Yes.
And that be a guest chair.
I've never seen anybody willing to come here and play.
Well, maybe if you leave, they will.
Good idea.
Yeah. Well, it's that's some of the questions that I have too, because but we have had people come, and so we expect that to probably materialize. I don't think that we're going to stop having the show. And but I suppose the people out there could say, well, let's put it this way: we know that some people will say, "Oh, y'all just need to go away."
Yes. No, there are lots and lots of people who do not like to hear anything that does not agree 100% with what they believe is right, whether it's right or not.
Yeah, but I mean, could you see? Could
their
you?
opinions, and they can get their own show.
Right.
Or hey, I'll produce the show for them. I mean, that's not an
Okay,
impossibility.
yeah,
I mean, I've offered to do that before. They could come on here. I mean,
They enjoy hating you too much.
Oh, I know. It's such a waste of talent and time and resources. Don't you think? Well, my resources. I mean.
Well, I think this is a great little studio. You've got all the tools to do a nice show. You can do anything down here in this little basement. But people don't seem interested in doing good things. They just like to bitch and moan.
Well, it's unfortunate because the only way we're going to resolve the issues that we have in this county is to
Talk about it.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Have compromise.
I
Sit down with the other side of
Yes.
the fence and
But
try
they
to
don't
have,
want to.
you
If
know,
you're not with them, they're going to destroy you.
That's unfortunate.
That's who the Republican Party is now. If you're not 100% with them, they're going to destroy you. And now they're trying to destroy each other here in Paulding. The warring factions of the Republican Party.
You know, and what people need to do is, you know, they need to sit there and say, you know, I make a conscious decision each morning when I get up how I'm going to behave. And all it really takes is one person sit there and say, I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to try to extend the olive branch. I'm going to try to see the other person's point of view. Somebody's got to be the one who sticks their neck out, so to speak. And that's the only way that things are
I think
ever
Barack
going
Obama
to
tried that. How did it work out for him?
Well, that I think you're right on that. And I wanted to bring up one thing that we talked about a little bit earlier, but it has to do with Gatwick Airport. And,
Oh, yes.
And
That was
Gatwick
very
Airport,
interesting.
Gatwick Airport claims that they're a leader in the world in terms of the way that they interact with the people that live around them, and they want to be a good neighbor, and they have
Looks like they're working hard at it too.
Yeah, and they modify what they do, they mitigate things, and they even compensate. In fact, right now, I think it was 5 miles from they just opened a new runway. And anyone within 5 miles of that runway, where planes are landing and taking off, gets £1,000, that's $1,800, paid on their taxes. In other words, they basically pay the taxes.
Right.
And that was their way of saying, we want to be a good neighbor.
Right.
We understand that you're being put out by this.
Right. And
But
I said when I was running for office, I said that the people who are most harmed by this airport should not pay any taxes into this county because they've already taken from us.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they've already done harm to us. They've made it so you can't sleep, you know, if there's helicopters there at night.
Know, your house does not go up in value when you're going to have to put up custom blinds. You're going to have to make custom blinds to put over your windows so that you can sleep because you have flashing lights.
The one person most harmed by this airport is one of my neighbors who can literally see the end of the runway from almost every room in his house. And at night, the flashing lights from the airport are going in his house. He had to design and make special shutters to go into the window to block it out so he could sleep. And you know what this county did to him? They raised his taxes.
Well, that means his property values went up. So, gosh, just think somebody would be willing to pay even more money than last year for the privilege of having to deal with that.
Yes.
Think about that.
There's
folks.
something horribly wrong in this county.
I understand.
And
but,
that's why I'm eager to escape.
And I will shake your hand and say, get the hell out of here.
And I'll say, okay.
Anyway.
People are jumping up and down with glee
Yes,
across Paulding
absolutely.
County.
I hope they fall down.
Well, anyway, we will be back with another show. I'm not certain it'll be next week, but Patty, this is the last Pat and Patti Show. This is number 24, and it's been a good run. I'm happy. I've had fun. I think we've actually made a difference, if you want to know the truth.
Really? I haven't seen that, but that would be nice.
I
That was our
understand.
goal.
I understand. But anyway, bye. And you can say a special bye for Patty. Yay!
Bon voyage.
Adios.